Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am in fact from the internet, and this is an interesting report that we really need to look into to talk about the problems with privacy that we have and where we actually are, regardless of who gaslights us into thinking what. Because if you talk to like maybe the average person 10 years ago, they would have said nobody's listening to you. And if you think someone's listening in on your calls or any of this stuff, then you're a paranoid, schizophrenic, and conspiracy theorist, all that stuff, all that stuff. But these days, kids growing up just know, and they just have this thing. They say that we all have an FBI agent that listens to us all the time. Geez, that's just a lot like in World War Z. The zombies broke out. We were all horrified. We didn't want to believe it. Then we figured it out. And then the next generation just got to learn the same things that like everyone in Florida understand. If you got a bathtub full of water, worth of water in the ground of a little pond, there's going to be an alligator in there. Just like the kids in World War Z would be like, there's probably a zombie in there kind of things. Like we are at this point where everyone's frickin' watching everyone. Anyways, yeah, look up Project Five Eyes. Like legitimately, they get away with it, and because of this, we have managed to inadvertently stop things. And look it up. Anyways, Microsoft bans China-based employees from using Android devices at work. Mandate switch to iPhones, which is really interesting because, of course, if you're in China, if you work in China, then all of your stuff goes to the intelligence. You're automatically working for the CCP. That's just how it goes. No, Karen, I'm not being racist or anything. That's how it goes. Check it out. Look at it. Microsoft has told all of its employees in China that they will soon be allowed only to use iPhones for work purposes. The ban on Android devices is part of a security-related Microsoft initiative for providing a unified way for managing and varying employees' identities. It is really easy to hack an Android compared to an Apple. It is really easy. There's so many different kinds of Androids, and the carriers and the manufacturers don't always update the phones really quickly when they should as soon as a vulnerability comes through. When Apple is just like that, they only have a few different models. They update it like really well. But one thing that this points at is maybe we can trust Apple more than we can Android within China. Now, one thing I was always really concerned about is all of your texts go through the the Apple app if another person has an Apple. And China has a key to that if they wanted to, I thought, because Apple has one of their keys in a vault over there ultimately, an encryption key. And China could get access to it, I thought, but maybe since, like, they're not supposed to be able to, but again, if you're working in China, but then again, maybe Apple is so big that it can be within China without letting China within Apple. Oh my God, is that the case? Is Apple bigger than China? I'm going to have to look into that. But like that's the part that's really important here. They want to keep China out. They want to keep TikTok out of America because of China ultimately. Yes. Yes, that is the thing. There are people in China that will do crazy things. There are people in North America, in Canada, probably in my town, my village that would do crazy things. Let's face it, there's probably 1% of everyone that would destroy all of reality just to get make themselves better off. There, you get people like that, and definitely the Chinese people are frickin' awesome, man. Have you tried their food? Like seriously, it's the best. The ancient civilization, the CCP, that's something else altogether. They are not the Chinese party. They are. They're not the Chinese party, or they are the Chinese People's Party. They say they are, but they're not the Chinese people, and I don't think they represent them all the time. But anyways, what we got right here is basically telling me that, geez, maybe we can trust China or Apple in China more than I originally thought. Anyways, link in the description. Leave a comment if you think this is meaningful. If you got any comments for me. Catch you later, guys.
Oh, you see that TikTok there just all of a sudden? Huh? Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot. Well, there was that fucking excuse.